Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Principals Podcast. This is episode 10, and it focuses on our consultation response. So I wrote to you last week, but I've had a few questions and queries, so I thought I'd do a Principals Podcast just to outline the consultation response in slightly more detail around what the responses were and also our next steps as well. Before we go further, a reminder about who we are, how we behave, how we act, and that's our care values. So we expect everyone as part of the school community to show courage, and to be really ambitious, and to be respectful, and to strive for excellence. So those are our care values. Consultation was shared a fair few weeks ago now. Apologies for the delay in outcomes, but we're just waiting to get a couple of things approved at head office. So focused on three proposals really. The first one was around 2-week October half term and adapting the school term dates to accommodate this. Second one was linked to a uniform change linked to school skirts, and the third one was allowing students to wear PE kit on PE days. In response, we had 183 responses, which makes this the most engaged survey since I've become principal. The previous highest was something like 112 for one of our more recent parent questionnaires. So we certainly consider this to be statistically significant and representative of what our school families generally think. The first proposal then was a 2-week October half term. Why did we propose it? And at the time of proposing it, I asked everybody. I had quite an open mind. I didn't have any strong thoughts one way or the other. I just know it's something that a lot of people do. And after reading articles and research and seeing what some of the education charities are advising, I thought it worthy of further consideration. So why? It sort of evens out childcare throughout the year. It gives families a second opportunity to go on longer holidays. Lots of our families still take advantage of the slightly warmer October months and still wish to perhaps take advantage of the cheaper prices later on in the season. So this improves opportunities for holidays, reduces summer learning loss. So this is a thing in education whereby, because of the length of the summer holidays, students starting point in September is significantly lower than where they ended in July. So when we do reading age tests and things like that, we genuinely see quite a significant learning loss. So a shorter summer holiday would shorten and reduce this loss, which hopefully has a positive impact on exam outcomes. Improve mental health and well-being of pupils. I think this is really important because the autumn term is typically 3 weeks longer than spring and summer. It's an incredibly long term, and it's a long time to go. It's something like 15 weeks with only 1 week off halfway through. As a result, because of that long term, we can see issues with attendance, we can see issues with behaviour. So it's hoped that that 2-week break proves a significant reset, and that half term leading up till Christmas, where everyone gets sick and the cold and the flu and things like that, because people are slightly more rested, we're hoping for an improved impact on that attendance and behaviour, and reduced suspensions and exclusions and everything that goes with that. So in terms of what the data said, 61.2% of families supported the change, with only 24.6% wanting to keep the status quo, and there was 14.2% that didn't mind either way. So what this translates as 2.5 times more families supported the proposal than did not. So for us, that's quite significant. And as such, we have now made the necessary changes, and we are going to incorporate this proposal next academic year. I also asked the staff, because it would be wrong of me just to ask parents. I need to ask the staff as well, and what they thought almost exactly matched what the parents saw as well. So 67% rounded up of staff voted for the change, compared to 26% of those who did not. So again, very clear preference for this proposal. As such, we've decided to adopt it. So we will start a little bit earlier, and we will break up a little bit later. It's important to note there's no net change to the school days. We have to be open for the same number of days, and we are going to be. So students will start to return on Tuesday, the 3rd of September. If it wasn't for this change, students wouldn't have been returning until about Monday, the 9th of September, because of when staff should have been starting back. In this new plan, staff will start back on Friday, the 30th of August, and have a couple of inset days prior to students' first day in the academy. So those are the dates. They're on the website and they were on the letter that we shared. Second proposal was the school skirt uniform change. So the rationale behind this was to improve the consistency, the comfort, the modesty and practicality of students' daily wear. And 60% of parents that indicated a preference supported the proposed change compared to the 40% who did not. So whilst the size of the gap between the parents was not as high as the half-term proposal, and there is still a clear majority there. So we are adopting the change, and this will come into effect from September. From now until September, we're going to work with our suppliers to address some of the concerns raised around best value, reduced cost, maximum comfort, and the visual look of the skirt as well, to make sure it fits in with our school uniform theme. And as soon as we've got all that sorted, we will report the findings to parents, so they've got plenty of time to purchase a correct uniform. A reminder, the reason that we're suggesting a change is because there are issues with the current school skirt, and if girls do not wish to wear the new skirt, they are more than welcome to wear school trousers instead. You'll be pleased to know, as someone that doesn't know anything about skirts, I won't be liaising with the suppliers. We've got much more experienced people within the senior team and support office that will be having those discussions and making sure that what we select is right for our school community and our students. The third proposal is to wear PE kit on PE days. The rationale behind this is less time getting changed. It can typically take, so with lesson changeover and getting from A to B, lessons can very quickly become like significantly less than an hour. When you add in change time, then the actual time doing sport and PE can be maybe less than 3/4 of an hour, which isn't long at all. So less time getting changed or no time getting changed means more time actively doing the physical exercise, which is really important. Student Voice told us they wanted this, so it's something they experienced during COVID, and they were like, "So, do you remember when we had COVID? We had to wear a PE kit. That was really good. Can we do it again?" So I asked a few of the students. Every single one said yes. So I thought, all right, let's add it as a proposal and see what parents think as well. We've got a fair few students that feel uncomfortable, obviously trying to get dressed and changed in front of others. When we appreciate when you're teenagers, it's a tricky time. So because people can feel awkward, they can look to avoid PE. It can affect school attendance. So this just generally makes the whole process much more inclusive. Students won't forget kit. Some of our students are rather forgetful. So if they're wearing kit, they can't forget it. Less stuff to bring to school, and it also helps us to support the exams in a strange way, because where year 11s do their exams, it's right next to the changing rooms, and if students aren't in there for significant periods of time, it means the exams will not be disrupted. In terms of parental response, this was an extremely clear win. So 96.5 versus 3.5% of parents with a preference supported it. So it's clear and obvious. So we do anticipate adopting this proposal, but we do have some concerns, some of the things that we learned through COVID and whatnot, and that's some issues around equipment, because students think, I've got my PE kit, so I don't have to bring my school bag, and in that school bag is their pens and their pencils, so they actually come to school and they don't have the right equipment. And it's also, we've got issues around wearing the correct PE kit as well. So as such, we are actually going to start a trial next week. So next Tuesday is when we start, and that is Tuesday, the 7th of May. And the reason we're going to do the trial for the rest of this academic year is to learn lessons ahead of September, and then we can make any appropriate changes to process and to school procedure as well. So what does this actually mean? If I change slides, so the expectations for the trial: students must wear the correct PE kit as they would the as they would with their school uniform. It's not optional. It is part of their school uniform, and they need to wear what we're asking them to, please. So students should bring their school bag and all necessary equipment. And students should only wear PE kit on the days they have PE. It's not something to wear every day. So what does PE kit look like? This is all on the website, but I just wanted to quickly go through it. As is currently the case, the Academy polo shirt with logo is absolutely compulsory. The Academy hoodie. So we appreciate that students might be cold sat in classrooms, so that students are permitted to wear the school hoodie, but only the school hoodie. No other hoodies are permitted for use in the classroom at all. Students can wear coats, but once they get into the classroom, they have to take coats off. So if they want anything other than just the t-shirt, then they are permitted to wear the school hoodie. Must wear the Academy sports shorts, cycling shorts, and I believe what they call 3-inch shorts, so like Nike Pro and things like that. They are not permitted at all. They have to be normal standard shorts. I'm going to be really, really strict on that. Academy tracksuit, so Academy track pants, again, it's all on the website. We won't accept branded ones. We won't accept ones with big logos on. We won't accept stripes or large writing or anything like that. And again, we're going to be really, really firm. This is part of the trial. People that turn up an incorrect kit will have to wear our kit. And also on the website is Academy sports leggings. So this is one I'm personally a bit unsure of, because lots of people wear leggings and they're not appropriate. But if they're the Academy sports leggings that you can get off the website and they're really thick sports material, then they are permitted during this trial, and we'll see how it goes. Other expectations: all jewelry and watches must be removed for PE and handed to staff or put in their school bags. Jewelry, according to our school policy and rules, 1 ring, 1 stud per ear, and a wristwatch. Again, this is because we can't wear jewelry whilst doing sport, and long hair should be tied back during all practical subjects, including PE. Some of our frequently asked questions, these were in the letter, and so they're quite small on here, but if my PE top is in the wash, can I wear a different t-shirt? The answer is no. It has to be the Academy PE shirt. If you've got PE 2 days in a row, then we'll need either a spare, or when you get home, students are expected to give it a quick rinse. Can I wear my PE kit all day if I have a non-PE lesson and I'm, say, a year 10 or a year 11 student that does GCSE PE or BTEC sport or GCSE dance? The answer is no. This is only applicable when you've got core PE lessons. If you mistakenly wear PE kit on a non-PE day, you'll be placed in isolation until we can get you some spare kit sorted from our kit store. So we're going to have plenty of spare kit and plenty of spare uniform. So the expectation would be that student dresses themselves in our school uniform, and then they'll be able to go back to lessons. If they refuse to wear our spare uniform, then they will remain in isolation for the day. Such is the importance of everybody sticking to the rules and wearing the correct kit. Do I still need a bag if I won't be bringing my PE kit to school? Yes, because you've got work, you've got notes, you've got calculators, you've got drinks, you've got food, and you've got equipment. And the equipment's the most important thing. If this trial is not successful and students do not routinely bring their kit and equipment, then this will not be going ahead for September, because we need students preparing. We need students attending lesson, ready to learn and prepared to learn with their writing equipment. And can I come to PE kit all day if I've got an after school club where I need to wear my PE kit? And the answer is no. Again, it's only core PE. If you've got an after school club where you need to get changed, then you'll need to bring spare clothes for that. So hopefully that goes through everything. Any questions, please get in touch using the usual routes and usual social media and email addresses and whatnot. But hopefully this short Principals podcast provides you some further information. And as always, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. Thank you very much.